du smitten. Deposition day, drop like a rock. Jeremy step in, clock in from the dock. Lawyer scowling, no defenses, Jeremy smiling, got the truth airtight. Fans cheering, whirlwind of delight. Go stay humble, got nothing left to fight. Yeah, go Jeremy with the mighty roar team. What the hell's this victory we adore? Sipping on great Kool-Aid, let's pour some more. Deuces rain is done, time to close that door. Deuces bravado shattered on the ground. Thought he was royal, now look who's crowned. Jeremy's like dynamite, left no sound. Big talks over real truth unbound. Fans in a frenzy chanting names so loud. What the hell, squad proud and unbowed. Great Kool-Aid cups raised high in the crowd. Deuce bow out, no longer allowed. Yeah, go Jeremy with the mighty roar team. What the hell's this victory we adore? Sipping on great Kool-Aid, let's pour some more. Deuces rain is done, time to close that door. With the mob that door. Yeah, with the mighty roar team. What the hell's this victory we adore? Sipping on great Kool-Aid, let's pour some more. Deuces rain is done, time to close that door. His bravado shattered on the ground. Thought he was royal, now look who's crowned. Jeremy's like dynamite, left no sound. Big talks over real truth unbound. Fans in a frenzy, chanting names so loud. What the hell, squad proud and unbowed. Great Kool-Aid cups raised high in the crowd. Deuce bow out, no longer allowed. Yeah, go Jeremy with the mighty roar team. What the hell's this victory we adore? Sipping on great Kool-Aid, let's pour some more. Deuces rain is done, time to close that door. With the mighty roar team, what the hell's this victory we adore? Sipping on great Kool-Aid, let's pour some more. Deuces rain is done, time to close that door.
Hey, everybody. Welcome in. It's quiet here. Hey, hey. We got Skipper.
Hey there.
Hi.
Ooh. Man, That got a little bit heated.
Yeah, it did. Wasn't expecting that.
I mean, I'm just like, gotta have some thick skin, you know?
Yep.
But whatever.
It is what it is.
Yeah, I don't get. I'm way beyond letting a lot of this stuff affect me.
Yeah, if it doesn't affect my personal life, I don't really care.
Yeah. But there's too many things to worry about in life, you know?
Mm-hmm.
I'm just looking. Sorry, I'm just looking at the messages. Hey, fly on the wall. Yeah. I mean, I see both sides. I've had people get mad at me at my tactics, but I really don't care. You know,
Exactly.
I own it. I'm like, no, this is what I'm gonna do. And if someone's got a problem with it, oh well.
I agree.
Go right on with yourself.
You can hear my daughter in the background.
The kitties.
She just finished giving the dog a bath, and now she's in there hyping her up.
Oh, we had 1,000 views on that.
Wow.
Looking at my analytics. But we should have. It was a long time. Hey, Linda. Are you guys all subscribed to Georgie's channel? You should be. Should be. I'm going to move this, actually. So
I'm at 176. Let's go.
There we go. We're getting you there.
Yeah, thanks to you and Spawn and Tat.
We need AVA to get over because he's got 700, but we just got to get him that watch time. In fact, you know what? That's what I'll do is I'll set up a thing just to watch him today.
Here comes your Raiders.
They all coming.
Yep. It just said you and your viewers entered the chat.
Well, we're all going to talk shit about all those people that we just left. That would be funny. I wouldn't do that, though. I'm pulling up AVA's Veterans Affair Media. So that way he can get
Thank
some.
you, Coop.
He can get some love.
Yes. Y'all make sure y'all just sit. Even if you just turn his stuff on and let it play in the background with the sound off, just let it play.
And if you turn the playback speed to the lowest, it actually gives him more watch hours. So there we go. There. So now you guys can see I've got him in the background. It's playing. Because the thing is, I just like that people can get. Tim, you don't have to put my link. Put AVA's in there.
He already did.
Oh, he did? Okay, good. Because, yeah, I hit my goal. I wanted 5,000 subscribers. I hit that. I am so happy with that. Oh, here he is.
He said I lied.
He's a liar.
No, I calm down. I do apologize. I need to apologize to Tat and everyone else. I'm sorry for my, but sometimes my lying sort of comes out, and I my wolf and the lion, they argued, and yeah, I do apologize.
You're full of shit.
Fuck you. You should know me
Native
by now.
Pride has a question, guys. Now that Bubbles is a defendant in the federal case, how will that work for the thumbnail case?
Completely
It
separate. I'm expecting that one to actually get a summary judgment. I do expect that. Back when they were doing motions to dismiss, those are kind of rare, but a summary judgment in a case like this, I can expect.
Yeah, because I noticed after Shockett filed the summary judgment, they got a hearing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
What about my counter question to that about becoming a defendant? What will now happen on a legal standpoint in regards of the ethics committee and the ABA, the rules, model rules of the ABA that he has broken multiple of?
Well, I'm sure Shockett will have to report him. Would it be?
It is a separate process, but here's the thing. Because there's so many people with eyes on this, anyone can report that.
Right.
But
so
my next question
coming from him.
So my next question then is this: with all the information and research that I've found and publicized, what you found and publicized, what the Wilburns publicized, everyone, all the information and the research that everyone has publicized, if it came to him being a defendant, would and could all the posts that have been put on Facebook, all the videos that have been put up on YouTube in regards of his conduct and behavior, can they be used as evidence?
Yes, they can.
I knew you'd say that. That was a leading question there. Your Honor, I rest.
Spawn Trooper, this question is for you because you probably won't know this. Name the 3 ingredients in s'mores.
What the fuck is s'mores?
Graham crackers,
very
chocolate, and marshmallows.
There she goes. You should. All British people need to learn about s'mores. They're amazing.
Why? It's an Americanese food. Why should we learn about?
Because they're amazing.
It's actually
that's even worse then. Well,
snack.
If you tried them, you'd be like, "Yeah, this is why Americans are fat."
So, what do you think about Wilburn?
What do I think about what?
Now, I've read I've read what you've sent. That conversation that you had there, Mike, you've read it as well, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
That conversation there, would you say that was leading by him? Or would you say that it could be used? No, I mean, I'm talking about the parts about you and me.
Of which conversation?
Right.
The one between me and Bruce.
Yeah, that can be used. Absolutely. He's a professional. You were asking him professional stuff. Yeah, that contact, I would say put it up in front of the ABA committee and let them decide.
Even though I wasn't asking these questions as in like a legal email, it was like just private Facebook messages.
Yeah. That's. Did he at any point clarify this is not legal advice?
No.
There you go.
He was even sending me attorney phone numbers and setting me up appointments with attorneys in Huntsville.
Every attorney I know that I've ever talked to always is, okay, well, this is not a legal advice, but here's what I would do. Da, da, da.
Right, here goes the next question for you. Leading. Compound. Sorry, compound to form. Sorry, I don't know why I've got that sentence in my head. The private communication, i.e. emails, i.e. Multiple to individuals, especially after the verbal statement, which is a legal standing statement. Stop sending me emails. After that, any emails or correspondence received by an individual is classed as harassment.
Yeah.
So, would if multiple people are asked or make complaints in regards of being harassed by an individual for emails, could he get into trouble with the ethics committee?
Yes, he could.
See, my brain's kicked in again now. I'm outside the box.
Georgie's here.
And by the way, again, I do apologize for my growling. I don't like to growl, but I will stand my ground when it comes to things that I believe are right.
Inconceivable!
My anxiety is over the roof. Do you know wolves don't bark? They can't.
They howl.
Exactly. They howl and growl. That's what they call Blubbles, the Thunder Twins, and then we end up with royal screw. Oh. Who here likes to play poker?
I have.
What? So wait a minute. They've used the royal flush. I've got the 4 aces. They've used the. I think we should use military terminologies. I think what we're doing right now, this whole incident that's happened over the last few days, let's call it the bracketing system.
Fire for effect.
Fire for effect. So today, so Georgie, Mike, me, Ratters, and everyone else, and Slug, and everyone else, and Coop, we've used codename bracket system. Bracketing. Yes.
I like how you gave Tater Tot a prison number.
No, I'm the only one who does that.
That's what I said. You gave him a prison number.
Oh, I keep on changing it every time I talk to him. I change it every time. I mean, he should know because I mean, you know that Australia was actually used when we first colonized it. It was actually used for a prison. It was an open air prison. Or undesirables that were no longer welcomed in the Commonwealth was sent there.
Hi, Coopy.
Do you know what I've just realized?
I love when people send me messages. It's like, why don't you just put that in the chat?
Do you know what I just realized, Mike?
Hmm.
Over the last 2 weeks, I have slightly got emotionally involved in all this.
I don't think I've ever had a deep fried hamburger.
Wait, what?
Yeah,
wait.
I've never heard of a deep fried hamburger. And I'm from the
Wait, where's
South.
that gone from emotionally involved in this to deep fried ham? What? Like, hello?
It was what Margaret Smith put in.
Oh, right. Okay. Yeah,
Deep
okay.
fried hamburger. I don't know how you can eat them. I've never had a deep fried hamburger. I've had a hamburger.
Never heard of a deep fried hamburger.
Okay. Like, here's right. Okay. Let's, Margaret, let me, right, come here. Come closer. Right, listen to me. Okay. You're going to love this part. What you need to do is find a German shop. Okay. That sells original German food. Oh, yeah. Okay. And then get yourself some frikadellen. All right. Oh, frikadellen. And then get some mustard. All right. And then try that. That will put. Yeah. Autobots, roll out.
Now we have had deep fried Oreos,
Mhm.
deep fried
Deep fried
pickles. Some fairs do the deep fried corn on the cob.
Wait a minute, Coop, go back into your shed. Leave me alone. Pick on someone your own side. Everything is deep fried here. Lilu, stop scaring these people. Right. We don't deep fry. We use frying pans. Obviously, they're not the American. The thing is, the Americans, right? They are, they're like rabbits. They eat everything green. They don't like using deep. The only deep fried they like is KFC, Popeyes, or stuff like that. They're not used to our type of cuisine. That's why Americans, when they come over here, if they're not careful, they get gut rot.
Like jellied eels.
Yes, deep fried ice cream, Tim.
I actually don't like a lot of the deep fried stuff. I'll fried chicken, obviously I love, but like a lot of that fair food, no, it makes my stomach churn.
I do
Pork
love
what are they called again? Pork
pork
scratchings?
rinds.
Pork
Pork
scratchings.
rinds.
So let me get back onto topic here. So how do you think the deposition with Shara went?
I can't wait to do that one.
We should
We
be able
need
to
the
get the
transcript.
transcript tomorrow, I'm thinking.
Can I be
Hopefully.
Bruce this time?
Yes, I'll be Shara. I like her better, and I need my brain cells back. But
I'm just trying to think. How do you, darling? How do you talk with a large nose?
oh, now he's picking a fight with the Mrs.
Well, if I go like that and I start talking like this, would I sound like
You
have a
sound like
solution?
John Cook.
Darling, don't hit me. I swear to God, you hit me, I'll fucking karate chop you.
Your Honor,
Knock him out.
Your Honor, this is what we have to live with, Your Honor. Your Honor, this is what we have to live with.
Yeah, but they can't see me.
No, I know, but it changes the way you speak.
What if I put? What I put?
No, on your nose, yeah.
I can't talk.
Share, subscribe.
I sound like I've got a lisp.
Yeah, what?
Why did you give me that? You're just trying to. Oh, you little. I swear to God, me and you we're gonna do WWE in a bit. I tell you.
Finished.
No, you know.
I had to open it.
Yeah.
It's like-
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Quite a minute.
What do you mean? Be quiet. I'm having a conversation with adults.
Yeah, great. Oh, to be seen.
Sorry, excuse me. Don't you? Why are you going in the kitchen? Oh, okay then. Don't you come out there with a weapon in your hand. I know how to use.
Get the
karate.
skillet! Get the skillet! Get the skillet!
I know karate.
Get the cast iron!
Don't say that. She'll be happy he's actually got one as well.
Get the cast iron, Mrs.
Do you hear that, darling?
No, but I'm in the kitchen.
She says get the cast iron one. Why the fuck am I passing this message on?
I'm not a violent person.
No. No, don't you stand there. Don't you stand there with your arms crossed. Listen, I know karate.
Get him! Get him! Get him! Everybody cheer on Mrs. Spawn Trooper in the chat. Let's go.
Don't you do it. Don't you look at me
She's
in that
coming
tone of
in
voice.
with the fish.
Don't. I'll bzz you in a minute.
I finished my book. I have 3 pages to go. A lot of you shut up.
It's fun listening to old people argue.
Go.
What?
It's so cute. Okay. Okay. And you're. Oh, he's acting like Dawn now. Oh boy. But what I meant, okay, I know y'all see the TikTok videos of the little elderly couples bickering back and forth. It's the cutest thing ever.
Round 1. Fight.
Yes. She'll probably wait till he's asleep.
That's what I would do. Back again.
Listen, short ass.
Wise Angel said to tell Mrs. Spawn to get the wooden spoon.
Yeah. No. The thing is, right, midget, you call me old, yeah. Let me point something out to you, okay? Respect thy elder, and stop calling me daddy.
No, that would be Linda.
Everyone loves you, by the way, darling. They love the fact that you pick on me. Send help. I don't know. Yeah, so we get that. So, what do you think? How do you think that deposition went? Because apparently he left twice, didn't he?
Yes. I
That's
know at
probably
least once he left to go get his daughter.
I mean, yeah. I mean, the fact that like, what is actually true with this guy? It'd be, I mean, like, yeah, I know what Ratcher said, but I wonder what it would be like if you, like, even with Lynette, if you contacted their husbands, or you contacted his ex-wife, or you contacted anyone who knew him, right? And because at the end of the day, it's okay for them to go to all these different people and try to stir the shit up, but when you've got one side who collect facts and truth and then put it out, why is that wrong?
Because they can't handle the truth.
Yeah. I can't wait till this shit's over, and I think it's going to be over way quicker before than we actually know. I say when they go in to see the judge, which has been requested that they do it in person. So I wonder if Bruce is going to stay at the Purgatory. They've got enough sheds there. I think that when he walks into that judge's chambers, I don't think he's going to be so flippant and smiling as much as he does. My father did something very wrong, and my mother's car ended up getting stolen. We kept telling my daddy, don't go to sleep. She's going to get you. And guess what? She got him. Yeah, well, I mean, just that comment from the two fleas categorically points out damage control.
Mm-hmm. We're PR. We're not PR. But we are PR. We're not PR. Muffin Man! Spawn, they really want to know how old you are. Linda keeps asking.
I am as old as I am.
But how long have you been on this earth?
We told you he's a vampire. He's 3,000 years old.
Oh, in the fucking heart.
I'm making you immortal.
I am immortal.
Okay.
Anyone who served in the military is immortal. That's why we tolerate you mortals. That's why we tolerate you people. That's why we, smile and laugh and grin and growl. Yeah, I can just imagine the conversation between Bubbles and a parking attendant. Excuse me, sir. You can't park there. You need to put some money in your parking meter. I am a lawyer. I am a god. You will obey me. Okay, there's your ticket. $169. $169? Pourquoi? For why? Because low flying aircrafts are not allowed on the streets of San Francisco. What do you mean low flying? With a nose like that could be the tail of a plane. I'm old as dirt. Native pride. Well, thank you very much.
This is fun. It's Pick on Spawn Sunday.
It is, and it's like it spawns Deo. Fuck you.
Just claimed that Megan Fox copied their hold music, but yet Megan Fox had used the hold music before.
Wait, what?
Megan has been on YouTube longer than they have.
Right. But everyone's copying them.
Megan has a larger channel than them.
It's like when they say, I have no other content. They have no other content other than trying to sell their stupid wares.
Yes, they're man sausages that are. I think that. Well, what I think is unimportant, but the fact that I can't articulate or that I am dumb and I'm an idiot. Obviously, even I can tell that those man sausages made of crystal are the actual size they do believe that a man sausage is. So, Spore, when's my birthday? On the day of my birthday. Wait a minute, why is everyone fucking picking on me? What the fuck did I do today?
I don't know. They was doing the same thing in Mike's.
Bet you any money fucking Mike's sitting there pissing himself laughing go. Don't worry, you'll get your chance yet, Mike. Just watch. Part-time squid.
We've told you, chat.
Oh, look at
Spawn is a vampire.
Wait a minute. Da-dum, ba-dum, da-dum, ba-dum, da-dum, bum, bum. Take that sausage in your mouth. Oh, yeah. One more time. Do it again.
Mike comes in
Hey,
with
Mike.
a shaft.
Hey, Mike, put that thing near your mouth. Go on, go. Yeah, baby. Oh, yeah. Oh, peel it. Oh, yeah. Peel it, baby. Peel it. Put it in. Yeah. Go on, do it. Go on, Mike. Do it.
Ew, that sounds horrible.
Fucking hell, Mike. You ate that quicker than I could fart. Oh, wait a minute.
I'm hungry. I've been on stream for 3 hours.
I thought you were American. Come on, Mike. You can handle it. 3 hours. What's 3 hours? You're 75, Mara. I say you're about 29, 30. Everyone is trying to guess my age.
I have a
We've
question.
been here before.
I get how Margaret can have a nickname of Maggie, but how do they get Peggy out of it?
I have
I
no
never
idea.
What?
People named Margaret being nicknamed Peggy.
Two awesome dogs. Right, where's my list of targets? Anyone else want to get on the list?
Shirley's 65. That's not that bad.
Let's put it this way. I'm older than Mike.
The chat is determined to find out how old Spawn is.
I know. They are so fucking... They're like... I'm surprised someone hasn't come in named Inspector Clouseau.
We should turn this into a competition.
What? You can talk and eat at the same time?
Mhm.
Younger or older? Oh, they said Mike's in his late 50s.
No, Mike's in his late 40s.
Flies.
I was
Kissing
born in
up.
the disco era, 1979.
Linda said 62. Then she said 60 or between 60 and 65. Lulu said 67-ish.
Oh my God. Jesus Christ, people. Do you think I sound like Crusher? Oh, yeah.
I got new
Are you Gen
subscribers.
X?
Thank you to my new subscribers. Since Jeremy gave me that shout out, I've probably gained about 25 subscribers. Thank you.
Yeah, the
Heck
thing,
yeah.
you know, I have figured out why I am not on the radar.
He knows who you are.
I swear too much.
Well,
And I promise, God, this is going to be hard to promise. I promise that I am going to try not to swear too fucking much. And
Got 55, 58.
oh, for crying out loud.
Lulu said you're a boomer.
it's not a boomer.
You know, it would help the chat if you would say I'm Gen X or I'm boomer.
Mike, how old are you?
45.
He's Gen X.
How long did you serve in the military?
15 years active and then 2 more reserve.
Right. I have done both regular and reserve service of 30 plus years. Right. So if I was around the same age or similar age of Mike, I would have been 15, 16 when I joined. Yeah.
One thing I find funny is still that the leeches and all their bands, they were going to report me to the VA.
Oh, how fucking rude. How fucking, do you know what? You're lucky that I'm not a mod, Wise Angel. You'd have got a 1 minute fucking timeout for that one. Fucking brum. We're in the garden like with the flowers, like you down in the garden like, mate.
That's for you, Spawn.
Friend of mine
I'm
was
not
at
gonna-
the Holy Hill Christmas market. Oh, I had a 2600. Those were great. I believe Atari's putting out a new console too. Let me look that up. Yeah, they're re-putting out the Atari 2600.
Right, I have put a comment. I am a mod.
Duh. You're a managing mod.
Right, I have put a comment in there. Right. I'm not foul mouthed. I just happen. Oh, how can I put it? Someone told me what it is. I'm a realist and I say it as it is. And by the way, shit and fuck are not swear words, they are abbreviations. So therefore I'm not swearing. I'm using abbreviations within my sentences.
Only 28 likes on this. Come on, people.
Yeah, there's
Why is it-
47
why-
in here, but only 28 likes. Cat Max said 56 to 59, Gen X, final answer.
Spanked is an understatement, wise angel. Keep it going. No, I don't abuse my powers. I mean, the thing is, right, just for the record, I have removed all non-veterans except one from moderations on my stream because I have got something to do. I'm doing something at the moment. And once it's done, I will then get all non-veteran moderators into one channel and I'll explain to them exactly what their task is.
Did you remove me as a mod?
No,
I'm just messing with you. I never care about being a mod or anything like that. Everybody gets very wrapped up. I don't care.
no. The reason I make veterans, the reason I make veterans mods first, the reason I've done it is because there's a big fucking difference between a civilian and a former member or serving member of the military. Right? They have got core values. They are institutionalized, and they don't give a they don't. They're not going to fucking go. But no, it's going to go. Bye, done. But due to the fact that I have something in the pipeline that I'm going to be doing on my YouTube, that for the future, because it's going to involve the Wilburn, it's going to involve a couple of other people, my pretty, and a couple of other people. They need to be 100% understandable of what the fuck's going on. Because if they make a mistake, it can fuck up everything. Because the thing is, if they don't know and they make a mistake, it's on me. That's why. Okay, so it's not personal. It's nothing. It's just making sure. I just need to prep. Oh, Coop! I swear to God.
Northumberlandshire is not Scotland.
It's a running joke between the two of them.
I'm going to be nice to you, Mr. Coop, because I know you're old. So
are you.
I'm not. Shut up, you.
I learned this. A sheriff was the person in charge of keeping law and order in the Shire. And a county would be the land under the control of the count.
Can I just can you just highlight Wise Angels UK's comment in regards of Safa, please? Where are you? Can you see it, Wilburn? Georgie, can you see it?
She's got it up.
Is it up?
Mm-hmm.
No, not that one. It's Wise Angel UK. Right.
That's
okay. Just to explain to all the non-military, SAFA is basically a group that's set up for sailors, airmen, and army. It's basically the hub where you can get help. My brain's just gone pop because I'm thinking now that I've saw the word SAFA, it's all over the place. Anyway, the best people to contact in regards of helping basically veterans for around this time of the year, right, is also the British Legion. But because the British Legion are sort of turning themselves into a corporate sort of type of business now, SAFA is a good way. But the thing is, if you're going to volunteer with SAFA, obviously you're going to need a lot of background checks and everything else. But if you do want to volunteer, it's worth getting in touch with different hostels and night shelters and different things like that where veterans go. Do some research, find out where veterans go, like soup kitchens, and then just volunteer. Especially with the weather the way it is now, it is definitely going to get cold. So just make sure that what you're doing, and make sure that, like, before you even contact any of these volunteer organizations or any of these hostels or anything like that, please make sure you do your research. Don't phone up and go, hey, I'm going to do this, I want to do this, and I want to do that. All right, because they're going to be looking for specific people. They're going to be looking for people working in the kitchen. They're going to look for people, who've got driving license, who are willing to drive, or walk around. So you're going to be on your feet a lot. So if you can't do that, don't volunteer. If you want to donate, then donate to to SAFA, British Legion, or Help the Heroes, and they're free, or the Benevolent Fund. That's for right charities. There's a lot of charities now on high streets and all that. They are frauds. Okay, because British Legion, they're the ones with the poppies, and that'll be it. They're the only ones who will actually be on the streets. Anything you see on the streets in the UK now, they're just rip-offs. They just rip you off. All right. So if you're going to donate or do anything, for British veterans, is to do it through the actual websites or the links. Yeah.
I put my P.O. box in the chat. Do you think I'll get someone who wants me to take a mold of my dong so they can turn it into a dildo? I bet the leech.
I hope it's bigger than the leech's little thing.
Hang on a minute, Sunderland. Hang on a minute, Sunderland. Veteran Crisis offering support for ex-servicemen. Sunderland information point. Right. Okay. Right. If you are recently left the military or veteran and are organising local, right? There's a couple of charities. Veterans Gateway. Right. You got Veterans Gateway in Sunderland. It's called Veterans Gateway. There's another one called Changing Lives Veteran Service and Veterans in Crisis. You can do that research online. You can do another one, please hold, called Veterans in Crisis. That's another one, which seems to be from Sunderland. Right, South Teesside and South Teesside and Sunderland NHS Foundation Trust. Basic veterans, additional support is available for armed force members, reservists, and veterans and their dependents attending the trust. All right. So where are you? What's her name? Wise Angel. Right. Have you got a pen and paper handy? I mean, this is public knowledge. So, right. You can contact the number is 0191 565 6256. 0191 565 6256. And that is the South Tyneside and Sunderland. What else is there? Veterans in Crisis, Wellbeing Info. Yeah.
Right.
Right. So yeah, I mean, unfortunately, that's going to happen. Wise Angel. There's just to give you a heads up. There is a team specifically dedicated to go into major cities to find these people and basically get them removed because obviously they're not, you know. But yeah, all you have to type in, right? Wise Angel. All you have to type in is this, right? Which is there you go. All you have to type in is Sunderland Veterans Support, and you'll find everything you need to support veterans. And that doesn't go just for veterans, but that also goes for fire brigade, emergency services, police. Right? They all deserve to be supported. The end. I'll shut up now. Hey, Mike, quickly, so my wife doesn't hear. Right, hey, listen, my wife is cooking. Right, I can smell it from here, and I'm drooling like a fucking dog. It smells so nice, man.
I've got the thing heating up. I'm making lunch here in just a few minutes.
No, Wise Angel. Listen. Here's the right. Let me. Mike, you may agree or disagree. Okay. Any veteran or any veteran you come across are very stubborn, very thick-headed. Right. We will always say, yeah, we're fine. You know, even if we're not, we'll say we're fine because that's the mentality we have. But there's a lot of people, especially the youngsters who got deployed 2009 upwards up to present day to Afghan. You know, and they're struggling. And there's also veterans from the Second World War, from the Korean War, from, you know, all the way up to the present day. Right? Everyone has their own way of dealing with it. Mike has his way of dealing with what he has to deal with. I've got my way of dealing with how I have to deal with it. But there are people out there who do need that extra little, you know, that little bit of support. Now, if you've never been in that environment or you don't know what the military is like or you're not part of a military family or background, one thing you have to understand, we are very, very stubborn. So if you ask, hey, Mike, are you okay? He will then respond, or not, Mike?
Oh, you want me to? I'm
Yeah.
okay.
There you go. Are you sure?
Yeah.
You see,
Not everyone else is.
hey? Right, but here's that's a civilian. Now here's a military personnel talking. Hey, Mike, you all right?
No, never.
All right. Well, tell you what, fuck it. After this, give me a call, mate. We'll have a chat. And if you don't call me, I'll fucking call you until you answer. You know, I mean, yeah, fucking call me a bullshit if you want, but that's that. You know. I mean, how many people have phoned you up, Mike? Or how many people have you phoned up just to fucking decompress?
Oh, I do it every month. I'll be right back.
Yeah. You know, I do it. I mean, I'll give you a little bit of insight. A friend of mine who's a police officer, they found out, unfortunately, their grandmother or their nan is extremely ill. And she collapsed at home, and she'd been laying there for 14 hours until she was found. one thing led to the other, and she had an infection which sort of hid an illness that was even worse. And basically, when they actually done their checks and everything else, it turned out that she had multiple cancer areas in her body, and they say that it's end of life type of situation. So people need to get their shit in order, and it is a shame because she's such a nice lady, and I have met her, and and what I've done, I just put out that that little sort of put my hand out. So basically, if they need to talk or they need to just decompress or they need to, just vent or they just basically to have someone to talk to. I've told them to contact me anytime if they phone me up at 3:00 in the morning or
Yeah.
it doesn't matter to me. At the end of the day, I will pick that phone up and I'll just listen.
I get calls in the middle of the night sometimes.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah. I mean, it's hard to decompress afterwards because the thing is, you have to put your emotions and your feelings to the side and listen to what they've got to say, and you need to listen to exactly what they've got to say because you need to make sure you understand what they're saying.
I was watching some YouTube reels yesterday, and I was watching where a guy was talking about they were talking to an older veteran and saying that he didn't have any PTSD because he was laughing about, like killing people and stuff during the war. That shows how people don't quite understand PTSD. You can laugh about stuff like that all day long. It will still manifest itself in other ways.
Mm-hmm. It's like I joke about my physical abuse I went through as a teenager, and it still affects me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it puts your brain into survival mode, and you can live in survival mode. You can. It's not going to be the greatest life, but you can absolutely live completely untreated and laugh about stuff. And sometimes that laughter itself is a coping mechanism.
Yep.
I mean, I'm not going to go into the actual details, but a friend of mine, he had, 2 deaths in his family in very close proximity to each other. And he was already dealing with a lot of crap from his service. And one night I was on duty and my phone rang and it was him. And I went, "Hey, mate." And basically I had to go and get my power bank to charge my battery because on my phone, I was on my phone for 7.5 hours with him. And he was in such a state that, I mean, I basically went in and said, "Look, I need to go to his house because I don't know what's going on. He's not sounding right." And I said to my boss, I said, "Look, can I go?" And he went, "Yeah, and I'm coming with you." So basically, me and my boss got into a duty car. We drove to the house, and this is early hours in the morning. So can you just imagine what it looked like? And you got 2 uniformed guys knocking on someone's door, and then he opened the door and he just collapsed. He just collapsed in tears in front of us. So basically, we then took him into the living room, and his wife came down, and what happened there?
He's gonna come back after he eats.
All right, okay. And so basically, after 6-7 hours on the phone and then going to his house, and his wife came down, the kids then came running down. So what we had to do, we had to change sort of the environment so the kids wouldn't wouldn't acknowledge what's going on, wouldn't know what's going on. His wife already knew what was going on. So what we did, we went into the garden, had a quick smoke with him while the kids got ready for school and that. And then when the kids left, when she took the kids to school, we went back in and then we dealt with it. And basically he got the support from us at the initially he got the support from us, and then after that we put obviously the welfare officer then came down. Welfare officer sat down with him. Then we both had to go back because we had to, but we had the welfare officer there, and I think someone else came to help, and his wife came back as well. And it took about a year for him to, with the help of myself, other friends, and professionals, it took I think it was just under a year or just over a year for him to come to terms with the traumatic things that happened in that short period of time with two people, out of the blue. One was out of the blue, no warning, and the other one was like a very short period, and then I think it was about after that, about 3/4 of a year. What was his name again? Go on, wasn't it? Yeah, one of a Gurkha, WL2. Went home, and we spoke to him that day, and he went home, and my friend knew him. He went home, sat in his chair, and the next morning we got a phone call saying that he had passed away. He sat in his chair, opened a bottle of beer, drank some of the beer, put the bottle on the table, and then had a brain aneurysm and died instantly. So but that's how we are. We look after each other, and a lot of civilians do it as well. But it's it's the support. I mean, like the thing is, when you lose someone, you're gonna have sadness, you're gonna have anger, you're gonna have confusion and everything else. But one thing you need to remember: celebrate their life. Don't mourn their life for the rest of your life. Celebrate their life. Think about all the positive things that happen. And there you go. The end. Shit, that's made me think about my sister now.
Oh.
I am a human being after all.
So apparently someone commented because our stream was shared in a group. Oh, Miss Robin Hanson wants attention. What I make is not content. It's nothing but dribble. Total garbage. Dead air. Robin Hanson wants attention, so I'm going to give her attention. I don't make content, according to her. This is what she said. Really? This is not content. Another one who produces nothing but dribble. It's total garbage. Lots of dead air time. Just retrashing old information. Childlike chatter. Ugh.
Is this the same Robin Hanson who wants to turn a new leaf?
Mm-hmm.
Well, that didn't last long.
Right? Childlike chatter. Listen, huzzy. The childlike chatter you hear is my son stemming in the background, 9 times out of 10. The childlike chatter you hear is my children playing in the background because I'm a mom. No one is keeping you here. You don't want to listen to what's going on my stream? The door is on the left. You know what, Spawn? Make your notice that you usually make in the other streams. Your flight notice.
Do you know this? I don't think that is the actual Robin Hanson from Facebook.
It's on Facebook.
Well, okay, then she's like a bloody boomerang. Because I could have sworn that a week ago or a few days ago, she's like, I'm going to turn a new leaf. I don't want to. Yeah. Mm-hmm. You just keep to your erotic writing style. You just stick to your sexy stories and leave other people alone who like to live in the world of reality.
So what? She writes smut because she can't get laid in real life?
I don't know. I don't know if she hasn't got the money for the Duracell batteries. Not sure. Don't know. I mean, like Black and Decker do quite a good. Like what's that vibration tool? What's the one I got? That drill.
The one that looks like a drill.
It's a vibration tool. It cuts through using vibration. I can't remember what it's called.
I think I know which one you're talking about.
Yeah. Yeah. I to be honest with you, I've come to the point where I actually ignore 90% of what happens in that post. I read some of it because it's entertaining. There's other stuff. There's one lady who puts in factual, historic facts, and it's hilarious because it's out of the blue. You've got like this. Do you know that in 1812, this did, and I'm like going, oh, really? Research? Oh, it's true.
Yeah, I like the one it puts in the random facts. It's hilarious.
Yeah, here's a random fact. Do you know that on the D-Day invasion there was one ship that because they couldn't get their guns up to a certain elevation, they actually flooded one side of the boat so it leant over, so they got better elevation on their main guns on that ship. You know that?
I had no idea.
Mm.
Chat, did you know that?
Here's another fun fact. Do you know that there's so much space debris orbiting the Earth that there is a 98% chance that every time you see a shooting star or something fall out of the sky is basically space debris and not a shooting star?
I have heard that one. And it could also be old satellites, correct?
Space junk. Well, it's
Exactly.
space debris, space junk, space debris, same thing.
That's why we don't get aliens, so they don't know how to navigate.
What do you mean we don't get aliens?
You don't have to go through
You just have to listen to the fleas and bubbles. That they're aliens.
No, don't insult the aliens.
Actual fact, I'll be putting it. Can you imagine the aliens coming down, seeing this shit? Be like,
They did, then they went back.
they'll be
Yeah,
like,
the aliens came down. They're like, no, thank you, and went back to their planet.
Absolutely.
oh, wait a minute. The ship that listens. Yes. Right. Okay. You ready for this little story, ladies and gentlemen?
Go for it.
1 second. Please hold. All right. Let me see if I can find it. Okay. Right. The ship that sort of like flooded one side of it is called the USS Texas BB-35. It's a museum ship in Galveston and a former United States Navy New York class battleship. She was launched in 18 May 1912 and commissioned on 12th of March 1914. Texas served in Mexican waters following the Tampico incident, but saw no action there and made numerous sorties into the North Sea during World War One. Excuse me, without engaging the enemy. She did fire for the first time when shooting medium caliber guns and support submarines. From September 1927 to September of 1931, Texas became a flagship of the United States fleet, one of the only 4 ships to be designated U.S. fleet flagships from 1922 to 1941 in World War II. Texas escorted war convoys across the Atlantic and later shelled fishy French forces in the North African landings and German-held beaches in the Normandy landings, before being transferred to the Pacific Theater late in 1944 to provide naval gunfire to support during the Battle of Iwo Jima and Okinawa. She was the only Allied battleship that took part in all 4 of these amphibious landings. Texas was decommissioned in 1948, having earned a total of 5 battle stars for service in World War II. All right. Okay. Wait. Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. I'm trying to find a bit. Wait a minute. I'm trying to find a bit where. One second. Let me just. Where is the bit where?
Spawn's lucky Mama Spawn isn't banging him on his head like last week.
It was overlooking a full role in escort and continued at 94 for independent rehearsal. D-Day. Was it? Yeah? Okay. Cruise on West London, includes some battleships. But by noon, the assault of Long Beach was dangerous, collapsing due to storm.
Bye. Turn your TV down, please.
Oh, sorry, I'm just trying to find the actual part.
About the leaning part?
Yeah.
Thank you, Fly. Yeah, chat. If anytime y'all hear noise in the background, 9 times out of 10, it's my kids. It'd be nice if she was watching us. That would be weird.
Yeah, I'm just. Yeah, it was the US. Yeah, I can't find the actual part, but she basically what she did, she flooded one side of they flooded one side of their bulk to basically elevate the guns so they could actually get the elevation they needed to hit the shoreline. Yeah. Yeah, I just can't. One minute. Was it? Oh, shit. Wait. Is it that one?
Should I take the lion and add a Santa Claus hat to it for Spawn? Chat. What?
Oh, come on. Where is it? All right. Okay. You ready for this?
I'm listening, darling.
Okay. Texas began firing 14-inch shells into the support of the 29th Infantry Division and the 2nd and 5th Ranger Battalions. Within a span of just 34 minutes, she fired all 255 shells, a shocking comparison to the 300 that the vessel had fired during the entire of Operation Torch. Texas then shifted her focus to more inland targets as the Allied moved from land beaches. Just 2,700 meters from shore, the battleship continued to bombard German positions throughout the June 7th and 8th. After briefly returning to England, Texas arrived back in Normandy on June 15th. By then, the Allied forces had already pushed farther inland and out of her range. The ship's large guns couldn't aim high enough to launch shells where they were needed. As fire missions continued to be requested, the crew needed to think outside the box. If the port side guns couldn't be raised any further, then the starboard side needed to be lowered. To lower the starboard side, the crew intentionally flooded the torpedo blister, lowering Texas an extra 2 inches into the water. This was just the right angle for the battleship guns to fire accurately and complete the mission. Most vessels would have never voluntarily flood part of their hull, but this daring move embodied the spirit of Allied forces showed at Normandy, which allowed for the operation to be victorious. There you go. Well done to the crew of the USS Texas.
I love learning history.
Yes. And you want to hear something else as well?
What's that?
Do you know why when the Brits give you the two fingers, right?
Mhm.
You know where that came from?
Where?
Well, when we fought the French, right? The French, what they would do if they captured a English or a Saxon or a British archer, what they would do, they would cut off the index finger or the middle finger, so the archer wouldn't be able to use their bow or the arrow and bow. So what would happen is, like, when Brits came across French, they would give up the two fingers to show that they've still got their two fingers, and that was basically like a fuck you to the French, and that's where it came, and it just went from there.
Huh.
Mm-hmm.
That's
So
cool.
it was basically to show the French, hey, I've still got my fingers. However, archers, if they did have their fingers removed or whatever, they would learn to use their other hand, or they would learn to use their other fingers. So,
I wouldn't know how to function with two fingers missing.
well, that's where toys come into it. Anyway,
That's not what I meant.
yeah, sure you do.
No, like everyday life with only three fingers on your dominant hand, like.
Well, trust me, I mean, we all rely on four fingers and the thumb, because the thumb is not a finger; it's a joint, right? Because it's the only finger on your hand that doesn't have strength or power.
True.
Right. The only fingers, the only digits on your hand that have any power are your four fingers, from your index finger to your pinky. Your thumb is basically like a grip. All it is, it's like that support grip. The power comes from the four fingers, and that's why, that's why you can't. That's why, like, people who use their feet to draw or write or stuff like that, they have to train their feet, and it comes over time.
Huh.
I tell you one thing though, those, have you sent those messages to
To who?
I forgot what I was going to say now.
I posted them in the group so Rosalind could have them.
That's disgusting. I mean, ooh.
Okay, so what I find hilarious is they tried to spin it after I gave the part to Mike where Bruce was talking about you and Mike. He tried to spin it to where all he did was try to help me get an attorney, and that's not the truth. I just gave y'all everything.
I mean, this whole back and forth, this whole he said, she said, and all that crap, yeah. Bruce, here's the tactic Bruce. Now, this is my personal opinion. The way I see it, what Bruce is doing, he is basically pressing every single button he can on this self-destruct timer to see what button will actually go pop. And he's probing every single person who is talking about this. And the fact that he hasn't fucking continued with Megan or Tug or with anyone else involved in this, and the fact that he hasn't sort of like made a big deal of it. Here's one thing we need to remember. Shara, right, has now started bringing out the evidence. And the fact that he hung out with Shara a lot in regards of different parts of this whole saga, right? One thing you need to remember, he knows a lot about Shara, and she knows a lot about him. What we don't know, because don't forget, they communicate in the background. You know what I mean? You know, they prepped conversations and stuff like that. So he's got a lot to lose, and she's got a lot to gain. And the thing is, like, she's not an angel, but at the same time, for her to for her to stand up and put her neck out and put all this out into the public is admirable, to say the least. But at the same time, we need to think about the bigger picture. You step out of the box and look at the bigger picture. Bruce knows a lot about Shara. He knows a lot. I mean, there's stuff that we don't know. And I'm not going to speculate, but the thing is, I saw videos, the way he treated her, the way he spoke to her, the way, she behaved and everything else. Because at one point, it was like, she was besotted by him, But then again, that's probably the way he is. He will try to what do you call it? Brainwash you into being what I can't remember the word for it. Manipulate. There you go. He will be trying to he will manipulate her and anyone into what he wants to be set into, the ever narrative he wants to be put out there.
Right.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, he spins it all to where he looks like the good guy, basically.
Because if you go back and look at the videos where he and Shara were on the platform together, you will notice that she will get a couple of words in here, a couple of words in there, and she'll just sit there and in agreement, right? So and he would be doing all the fucking talking. And then she, but the minute there was one point where she said something that I think was off script, and he was like, and and then at one point she actually then raised her voice slightly, and then that then went quiet. And that there is 100% manipulation.
I agree. You could tell that he controlled everything that was being said, just like he does on the other channel.
Yeah, I mean, look at all the communication. It's like he says, "Oh, he calls me a coward and everything else." That I'm he would walk all over. He would walk all over me. No, he wouldn't, because one, he wouldn't be on the platform with me, and two, I wouldn't let him fucking do what he does. I'll just mute him. Because at the end of the day, it's a two-way conversation, and the fact that he'll be sitting there rocking back and forth, rubbing his legs, thinking that, I'm going to get one over on Spawn. No, you won't.
Right.
Because the thing is, at the end of the day, I've got facts. I've got proof. I don't have to be dishonest. I don't have to lie. I don't have to. Nor do you, or nor does Mike, nor does Tug, Megan, anybody who discusses this topic. Do not have to lie, because at the end of the day, they've got nothing to lose. We've got nothing to lose or to gain from this, except one thing: the truth, the facts. We can see what's going on. We can hear what's going on. We can read what's going on. We can see the difference between right and wrong. We can see the difference between truth and lie.
Exactly. We have critical thinking on this side.
I think it's more clarity.
With that too.
I think we've got more clarity, and reading that fucking deposition the other night with you guys. I mean, there was a couple of parts where I was like thinking, a little bit flippant there, Jeremy. You're a little bit flippant, but the fact is, even if it was sarcasm or flippant or his deposition was fucking nothing compared to the depositions from John Cook or from Lynette.
Exactly.
His deposition was like, it was like, compared to them two, it was like watching a fucking horror film when you're watching them two.
I agree. And I also try to look at it as if I was in Jeremy's situation, how would I respond? If I was sitting in a deposition across from Bruce, who has built or has attempted to build an ecosystem to destroy him, how would I respond? I would probably call him out on it.
Yeah, but also the thing is, what you've also got, which I've mentioned multiple times, is a biased platform, is a biased situation. Because the thing is, because Bruce has been sitting on these platforms and talking all this shit over the last few months, when he went into that deposition, he didn't go in there as an unbiased lawyer who had probing questions to ask. He went in there as a biased lawyer who was trying to entrap
Exactly.
Jeremy, and there's a big difference. And I've called, and Jeremy handled, and the fact that Jeremy actually got that into the deposition about the ecosystem and about everything else and about his client, about his behavior and the flea's behavior and everything. The fact that he got that into that deposition, I was so fucking gobsmacked reading that stuff. I'll be honest with you. I was a little bit shocked from what we were reading, because that there, you could tell he was probing. You could tell he was trying to put his narrative across in regards of the signs about the Olite and about oh God, what's it called again?
The defamation.
Yeah, it's like he was trying to fucking, basically entrap Jeremy.
Exactly. I agree. Now, Spawn, I need a teaching moment. How does one redirect? Because it's time for Madam Mayor and Brett, and I want to redirect to them.
I have not got a clue. I do not know, sweetheart. So when it comes to redirect, I can just point in that direction and you go that way. That's it. That's my redirect. I don't know. That's why I sort of like not press thing. There's one thing I don't do. I don't try to fix it if it's not broken. And whoever just subscribed to me, thank you so much. I appreciate that.
Yes, chat. Make sure you are subscribed to Spawn and me and Mike.
Yeah, all of us. Coop as well.
All of us. Especially Coop.
DJ Rattis, Slug and the Wilburns. But be careful, she's 4 foot. And you got
11. Eric. You're missing the 11.
No, that doesn't count. That doesn't count. That doesn't count. Do you know what? I think we should nickname you an Ewok. I think we should find an Ewok name for you. Come on, that was funny.
It is funny.
I know it was.
I'm trying. An ex-friend of mine's father called me something. I can't remember what it was.
Wait a minute, Tim. What have you seen? What Tim's just put in there?
Is she too stupid to realize that you don't ask questions, you answer questions? That's not how a deposition works. And this isn't Lynette's suit, it's Jeremy's.
Yeah, and here's something what that stupid cow doesn't get into her head. The lawsuit against her will be completely separate from anything that's happened here.
Well, she's already added to the current federal case.
Oh, is she? Oh, she's fucked then. Incitement.
Paul said, hey, be nice to my Georgie.
Incitement. Oh, what else is there? Defamation, libel, slander, false statements, false public statements. Oh, there's a list of crap that can be thrown at them.
They had something to do with Olite. So
do you know what? Olite seems to be a very large Olite. when we read that and about the contract, right? If there's no contract, then no one is liable. So if I had a contract with you,
Right.
if I had an agreement with you, say for example, right, and I said, right, okay, Georgia, I want you to design. Here's my ideas. I want you to design something. Send me the designs.
Right.
Right now, after a while, if your designs get worse and worse and worse, I'm going to say, hey, Georgie, no offense, but I think I'm going to go with someone else. Thanks very much for everything you've done, but I think I'm going to call it a day on our agreement or on our business venture.
Right.
Right, and then you go your way, I go my way.
Exactly.
That's not a contract. That's an agreement between two people that I have asked you to do that. But if I'm doing it, and the thing is, at the end of the day, if I'm paying you, right, to represent me, right, or vice versa, and I decide, you know what, I just received emails and messages and God knows what else about excuse me, about this. If there's no contract, Oli or Jeremy have every fucking choice. If they want, I don't want to do business with you anymore. Okay. There's no loss on either side. No one's losing anything except the business and the revenue.
Exactly.
Right. So if you or me or Mike, we contact Oli because because we're butthurt or whatever and vindictive and want to character assassinate, right? And then Ola decides it's too much, it's bringing us too much negativity here, blah 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 blah. Yeah, that's loss of revenue. That's loss of business. Just because they haven't got a contract, it's still loss of revenue. It's still loss of business.
Right.
So Bubbles fucked it up there big time because
Yes.
he was going on and on about it for at least 5 pages.
Yeah. I do believe that some of the questions he was asking was questions that dumbass told him to ask.
Wouldn't surprise me.
Because the thing with the Indians hoodie, was you trying to make him out to be racist? Like, what the fuck was that? Excuse my French, chat, but what was that? And why
What's
were
what?
you so obsessed with it? The Indians hoodie, why was that even relevant to ask? It wasn't.
I think the Olite and the Indian hoodie are questions that come from the fleas
I
because
agree.
those are the two topics, two conversational topics they have had that they were on for a long time. They were discussing that for a long period of time, not just over a couple of hours, a couple of weeks.
Mm-hmm.
Right, and Jeremy, bless his cotton socks, he made a public statement. He said what happened and why and where and whatever, and that's it. He doesn't have to explain himself. It's no one else's business. It's his private business. It's his
Exactly.
business. And when it came to when it came to that hoodie, right? He like way before that, he said that people would, they would make bids and then not pay for it. Now, isn't it strange that exact same thing happened with the hoodie? Don't you find that strange?
Mm-hmm.
So there is a pattern, like you got people on their stream saying, "Oh, we're gonna fucking strike everything. We're gonna complain about every post that's made by these people." Da 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 da. Right, and now they are going into Whatnot, and they're going into other places where he's making bids. I mean, and then suddenly someone offered 15 grand or 5 grand, doesn't matter, and then they don't pay. That was deliberate.
I've been watching. I've had you guys on while I've been doing stuff and watching. The Olite stuff is very, very important to all of this. And it really doesn't matter. I know you kept talking about a contract. A contract doesn't matter. What matters, and you hit on this, Spawn, the loss of revenue. The loss of revenue is considered damages. And see, that's going to be key because one, it proves tortious interference. But the other one is
That's the word I was looking for.
the hardest part to prove of defamation is damages to show that what they were saying hurt me. That is incredibly hard. But here you have a direct thing, and we have Tori admitting on their stream that she sent emails to Olight. She said that.
Yeah, she said that not just once but multiple times.
Yes.
And the whole thing with the Cleveland Indians, again, that's trying to continue this tortious interference, because you saw he was trying to say, "Oh, wouldn't have people have a problem with you for wearing that hoodie?" They're trying to affect his subscribers.
And here's it. Excuse me. Here's it. Get out. Anyway, here's the thing that people don't realize. It's all good and fine. Mike saying stuff, me saying stuff, Georgie or Cube or any of us saying anything. Talk me. Right. Put that to one side. Now, if you look at the fleas at Jabba the Hutt, at Bubble Nose, right, and you look at all these people, when they go on their platforms, right, and they're talking about all this shit, here's the thing. We may be having a discussion about this and talking about this, but then, and I'm not saying it happened, but there are people who are easily misled, easily manipulated, and they're like sheep. And if you got someone who turns around and says, "Oh, I sent an email, or I did this, and I sent an email to Olight," have a guess what? You're going to get someone who's very easily manipulated, very easily a follower, someone who's like stir crazy follower. They'll go, Olight, email. Suddenly, Olight are inundated with emails from various different people from various different parts of the world going on about this and this about Jeremy. And that there is what he just said. Causes interference. Because, and that there, right, all the courts need to do is contact Olight and say, how many people have contacted you about Jeremy Hells? And they can go, well, here's a list. Here's a list. That's how easy it is. And the fact that that Tori actually stated that verbatim on her platform. So basically engaged mouth before brain is that yeah. And just for the record, ladies and gentlemen, Ewoks and Wookiees and boys and girls, everything they said on their platform, right, like about the marriage, about the GoFundMe, about the signs, about everything they have discussed, every single one of us has proven them wrong. Even Mike was on the receiving end, because Mike is a human fucking being, and he watched that video about the RV being removed. He reacted to that video emotionally. He then thought, and he did what any normal human being would do. And they started attacking him. They questioned his validity of being a veteran. They questioned everything. They wanted to get his DD-214. They wanted to do anything and everything to destroy that bold person, all right? But did they? No. They've harassed him.
The part where he was talking like, well, you're not a relative of that girl. That is probably the most damaging thing in the deposition, other than the things that he admitted, because that will look bad in front of a jury if it goes in front of a jury. I think it will be maintained with the magistrate, but and be a bench trial. But that is damning because it shows that it personifies Jeremy while showing them as uncaring.
But here's another thing: when the judge has requested their audience in his or her chambers, I don't think Bubbles expected that. And that's why there's this fucking 180 going on. That's why this damage control's going on. That's why they're panicking. Because I don't think he expected the judge to go, right, enough. You guys get your asses down here in my chambers, all of you. And if need be, there are sanctions. People are going to get sanctions. And here's one thing. If Bruce gets sanctioned, so does Lynette and John Cook.
Bye, Slug.
Gonna head on out. Got to start up my new pre show. Pre-show. I thought it said peep show then. And Slug can also be a witness in this because he was a participant in the email
chain.
Yeah, and oh fucking hell! Do you know thinking about all this? Oh, Boosie, baby, you don't realize how much fucking crap you're in right now.
With him being added, I'm now a potential witness because I can talk about how he tried to discourage me from making a CPS report.
And to tail off of what you were saying about Jeremy not being a relative, okay, as a human being who sees what's going on over there, any human being, relative or not, would feel like that's the right thing to do, is to make that call.
Mm.
Doesn't matter if they're a relative. And nine times out of 10, a relative will call before a stranger will. From my own experience.
I mean, here's the funny part. Here's the funny part. They're all, you know, like Guapo. He's fucked. But here's the funny part is the.
You want to come say hi? Yeah. Tiny just came in here.
Is the fact that Super Dave, all they have to do is take the videos where he is admitted, going off his medication and going back on his medication and then making admittance.
Speaking of Super Dave, how about the fact that he was claiming he was autistic the other day, and then last night in the Lee's live, I'm not autistic. So which is it, Dave? You get called out on the fact that you're trying to get away with shit, claiming to be on the tism, but now you're not?
Oh.
After we called him out the other day?
So you only allowed 10 witnesses? Oh, right, okay. Yeah, this is not going well for them, is it? I think we should contact. We should contact Johnny Depp's lawyer. That lady. What's her name again?
Where's your brother? Oh,
I think we should do like an O.J. Simpson type of trial where we get that lady from Johnny Depp trial. Johnny Depp's lawyer, the one that richly, destroyed them. Oh man, this is not going well for them legally and ethically. Yeah. Oh, and there's something else. Hey, Crocodile Dundee, Mr. Robbie, are you ever going to come clean about Barbara's package that was sent to you? That apparently Flea One said that lady was lying. The fact that there's a video out there with you admitting receiving a parcel from Barbara and thanking her for that parcel and taking out exactly what that lady stated on the answering machine. And then in another video selling exactly that described Indian jewelry, native Indian jewelry. Are you going to explain that? Or do you want, I don't want to be accused of attacking people and that, but would you like to comment?
I have all the proof.
You know, I mean, we're still waiting for the receipts of the actual parcel being sent and the tracking number and everything else. But until we get that, would you like to make comments, sir? Not that there's much you can say, because apparently you trained the 75th Ranger Battalion, you know, before they went to Iraq, which
Oh
you
my
know,
God, you heard that too?
For a month. For a month.
for a month. I mean, I actually fucking made a video about it. Jesus Christ. I was the one who found out that he also spent a year in jail and got 2,000 fine. But here's the funny thing: the other person with him got 18 months and 4,000. I wonder what Robbie said to the authorities for him to get just 1 year and $2,000 fine. And
Snitches get what?
witches, what? Yeah. And also something else as well. You know, that fire, I find it quite, I mean, like, I'm not a fire investigator, but one thing I do know is I know how fire operates. I know where the hot point is. I know how fire moves. I know that there's, you know, the fire has a triangle, right? And also know that radiant heat, right, has a certain influence of how fire spreads. Now, if you watch the news broadcast and they show the pictures of the fire brigade still at the scene, you'll notice that there's one building has radiant heat and fire damage, but there's another one has nothing. And also, why was your business and why is everything you had, why wasn't it insured? Where's your liability insurance if you are, I don't know, someone who takes people around and shows them different types of animals? So what happens if someone gets grabbed by one of these alligators or gets bit by one of the snakes, or, you know, and you don't have insurance? Oh dear. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, have I let the cat out of the bag now? Oh dear. I can't believe he said that he trained the Ranger Battalion on Western Hemisphere animals. Yes, in a desert you get scorpions, but you also get little rats with big ears and big back hind legs and small front legs, also known as a desert rat. What about the camel spiders? What about the sandflies? What about sand
Now,
snake?
what's funny is, can I believe that maybe he did some training with them? Maybe some familiarization? Yes, I can believe that.
Maybe.
However, I don't think those periods of instruction ever went beyond 1 hour. Now, to get a whole battalion through, they probably broke it into segments, so it might have been a whole day for them, but definitely not a month of embedded training for
No.
animal familiarization. No, never happened.
No. I mean, when we did our training, it was like in the morning, in the afternoon, we were doing something else, which was part of the OPTAC training. You know, like at the end of the day, they give you a heads up of what you're going to come across, and then they move on to the next topic. And then when you get in country, you got your what do you call it? Oh God, my brain's gone. Acclimatization. Sorry, you got your acclimatization. There you go. That's the word I was looking for. You've got your in-country acclimatization. You're still doing your duties. You're still stagging on. You're still doing stuff, but you're doing the acclimatization. So you're learning the routes. You're learning the vehicles and everything else. You're getting all the equipment sorted and everything else. And then, like me, getting chased across a square by a camel spider that was the size of a dinner table. You know, and those fucking things can move like a gazelle. Trust me, they are fast. But the thing is, they're not chasing you, they're chasing a shadow because they like to stay in shadows. You know, so that, I mean, you know, if you get deployed, you know, your OPTAC training can go from 3 months to 6 months. It depends how much training the battalion needs. You know, if the battalion are you know, if they've got skill fade and, you know, they're struggling with their weapon handling or in general soldiering skills, then your OPTAC training is going to take so long. You've got your OPTAC training, which is your deployment package, and then you've got your familiarization training. If I'm lying, Mike will say to you right now. Worst part is when you get there and you realize that you're going to get a good suntan and that you need a cock sock. Mike, remember the cock socks?
Never had those.
Mine was an elephant with ears.
Oh, yeah, I didn't have any of those.
It was sun tanning when you allowed to, when you had time, when it was downtime. Right, you just put a cock sock on, laid on your camp bed outside in the sun, got yourself a nice good tan.
Yeah, we're Americans. We can get a tan anytime, so we never.
Yeah,
had that.
yeah, it's because you don't have man sausages that big as we do. You just got little small ones. But the thing is, him saying that they stayed in a hotel and everything else. I don't know. Ask Mike.
It's not even giving me options of redirecting to anyone. There's no option.
Hey, Mike.
Yeah, they give you permission. That was
Hey,
why
Mike,
I couldn't redirect to you before.
Sorry.
What's up?
How long was your pre-deployment OPTAC training before you went to Afghan?
So it was 6 months on paper, 6 months, sometimes shorter. Really, it was a good month of training. So some people were able to do it within 6 months. Some people were only allowed to do it within a month, but it was a whole list of stuff that you had to do.
Mm-hmm. Especially when they issued you brand spanking new gear for that theatre. Because the thing is, they can't expect guys to wear brand spanking new gear. Like for us, we had the Mark 7 helmet, we had the Mark 6 Alpha, and then the Mark 7 helmet, and then you got the vest, the off spray, and everything else. Before they went to Virtus, so there was a lot of equipment that people had to get used to. Yeah, and that's how Robbie popped up on my radar. Talking about radar, Miz.
Yeah, what's funny is in your pre-op training, before pre-deployment training, for us, if you only had a month to do it, that was your only duties. You didn't do anything else. Whereas if you had 6 months, you still did your job. It was like, okay, yeah, on this day you're going to go do this training. On this, you're going to be in the field for these days. Like that was all planned out. But if you didn't have the time, it was like, no, go. You don't do anything else. Your appointed place of duty is whatever the next training event is, and you push through it and you get it done.
Yeah, I mean, do you know the first thing that I did when I got to Iraq, when I got off that plane in Basra?
Took a big old dump.
Oh, mate, Jesus, shitting on a plane, dude. No. We had like about an hour, and the first thing I went up to this guy. I went, "Where's the shitter?" And he went, "Over there." And with a speed of 1,000 gazelles, I sat in there. And mate, it was brilliant. Nice air cooled and everything. And then when I came back out of it, Jesus Christ, that heat.
Oh yeah.
Oh God, It was like putting my head in an oven.
So for those Americans, it got up to 130 degrees or 54 degrees to our UK friends. That's hot. Like the hottest, I think I heard it was 140 degrees, which is about 60 degrees. So that's how warm it gets.
That's why, unfortunately, as a soldier, you can't sort of like take time off during the afternoon when it's the hottest. You have to, that's why drinking water. I mean, the amount of water we drank, it was, you go to the water, or it's like a container, or like a what do you call it, a reefer, and you go up to that reefer, and
we had these small, we called them cans. They were a little ISO container that we lived in, and you'd have a door and a window. So obviously it gets so hot, you have to put something in front of that window. But one thing that we learned to do to keep our cans cooler was, it's very dry in Afghanistan. So we would take bottles of water, and we would poke a hole in the top and put those in the window, and then put a piece of cardboard or something behind it, so that water would be essentially just heated up by the sun coming through the window, and it would turn into evaporation, which would actually then humidify the container. So as the AC is cooling everything on the inside down, it's not a dry it's not dry air in there. It's a more humid air, which keeps the coolness longer.
I mean, what we did, because Corimex is basically, like he said, it's a small box, and you can get two people in there or one person. We used to have two people, like in bunk beds, and like I turned the guy at the top. He was a big lad, and I said to him, I said, "Look, we need to swap." And he went, "Why?" I said, "Because like you're blocking the AC."
Yep.
And I said to her, I said, "Look, we got two choices. We can take these two beds and then put one on one side, one on the other side. Yeah, there won't be a lot of room when we come in, but there'll be room in the center." And he was, "Yeah, we did that." And because we had like a communal fridge, a freezer, a fridge, we would put 2 liter bottles and small bottles, the 75-liter bottles in there, and they would freeze up. And then we would take the small ones and would put them in front of the AC. And then basically when you got the AC on cold, you put the bottles in front and it would get colder. And yeah,
These
that's
are
the ones. Yep, exactly
these
that.
are what I slept in.
Yeah.
These ones right here, and like it's metal, so when you touch them, it gets hot. But you can see there's a window and an AC, and then mine had the door and the window both here on this side. So I
No,
was on the ground floor.
right. Ours is exactly the same. I mean, can you make that look? Yeah, no. Basically, ours, the window was at the back, the door was at the front, and the AC was next to the window. So basically, you had the window, and then you had the AC next to it.
These
Like
are all.
there, it looks like the AC is on the bottom on that last picture.
No, mine weren't like that.
No. No, but it was the
So
top
many
one.
different ways they can change them. Here's kind of what. Well, no, that's still on the side.
No, that's too big.
But they weren't that big, too.
I think it was by 3x8. No, where was it? 10x8.
I can tell you, mine were 15 by 8.
50 by 8. Well, we had. Wait a minute. We had 2 lockers in.
Here we go. These were like
Bunk
mine.
bed. Yeah, we had 2 lockers and bunk bed. So yeah, that. Yeah. The actual fact, no, it's that first picture you shot. Wait a minute. Let me have a look at
This one?
No, it was the first. Wait a minute. Shiver. Long face.
Oh, here we go. These were exactly the ones that I had. Exactly. Window, door. There you go.
No, our window was on the back. We just had the door. If you take that window away, we had the door. That on the door was on the left. When you walked in, you would have the 2 lockers for both of us on the right. And if you looked right towards the window, you would have the bunk beds. But we split that up. Yeah. And it was, I think it was a 12 by 8 or a 10 by 8. But we had enough room to move around in there. But if we were both, no,
that's what I was in right here.
Yeah, but there's a 6-man room. That one, you can tell on the bottom.
Well, we packed 3 officers in mine.
Yeah, I mean, but the thing, like I said, in the end, we put I mean, because they put bunk beds in these things. I think halfway through our tour, me and him decided to get rid of the bunk beds, and we actually got the TBA to come in to take them out, and we got the camp beds. So we got the army camp beds you can get.
Yep.
So we just decided to get 2 army camp beds, pimp them out a little bit, put our foot lockers underneath the camp bed, and then we just like sort of.
We had 2 sets of bunk beds. Mine and my one roommate, we shared, and we were all the way at the back, and I had the top, he had the bottom.
Yeah.
Then for the other one, they were on the side, and my buddy slept on the bottom, but we got a piece of plywood that we put up on the top. We were able to keep a lot of our gear and stuff up above him. So, we still kept we had foot lockers and stuff in there, but yeah, we were able to, live fairly comfortably.
Yeah, I mean, if I find the pictures, because at first when we arrived, we were in before we went to Scheibe, we were put in TBA tents, which are temporary tents. They're like air, basically they're pumped up with air, and then they've got air ventilation, so you can get like we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We had eight guys in one room, so to speak, and we had like single decent beds, mattresses, blankets, everything else, and it was absolutely hilarious because like if you in the evening when everyone was chilled out, you'd see all the desert rats running around and sort of like playing under the bed, and once in a while we'll see a fucking camel spider, and then we would have a spider patrol in the air in each tent. So you would point out the volunteer, the one who would have to grab the spider if we came across a camel spider. Yeah. So yeah, it was good fun. But I tell you one thing though, I would have stayed in them tents for the whole tour after getting into one of. It is like a fucking oven.
Oh yeah, yeah. I'm trying to look for some pictures.
Well, they can delete as many videos as they like. Flock off Bruce and Lisa. All their videos.
Teddy.
Hey.
Flock off Bruce and Lisa's teddy bear.
Oh, is it? Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Teddy. Yeah, they can delete as many videos as they like. Every single thing they have done has been downloaded and has been kept as evidence by multiple peoples.
Screen recorded, downloaded, screenshotted. We've got it.
Yeah. Do you know one thing I do miss about deployment? It's how cheap the cigarettes were, how cheap the fags were. Fucking hell. You could walk into Effie, give them $7. How much did I pay for 200? Was it $7 or $8?
On the U.S. bases, I know they were cheap for you guys.
Oh Christ! I mean, like I bought, what was it, 3 cartons in one go, and then like the first time I went into the Effie shop, I walked in, and the first thing I saw was Red Bull. Oh my God! I just stood there and I drank 2 straight away. And he went, you got to pay for them. And I went, don't you worry about that. I've got money. Yeah, and it was and they had like you'd buy a chocolate bar like a Mars bar, and it'd be frozen solid, and by the time you walked 10 foot, it was melted. I mean, literally, you could walk, get a Mars bar out of an Effie shop, walk outside and throw it at someone, and you could actually injure them with that Mars bar. Yalla habibi, tahal. Yalla, tahal. Shukran Sidiri. Salam alaikum. Malaikum salam. Tahal, habibi, tahal. Did you learn any Arabic when you were there?
Not Arabic. We learned a little bit of Urdu.
Do you want to hear something really funny?
What's that?
I'm a quick learner of languages, and we got back into camp, and we, we unloaded and everything else. And I'm walking back, and there was this Iraqi chap, and he was sitting with his elders, and he did something that was inappropriate. So I went to him and I went, "Oi!" And he looked at me and I went, "Tal, yalla, tal." And he came up and I went, "Habibi, watch what you do, eh?" And he went, "Eh, eh, eh." I went, "Imshi, yalla, imshi." And just walked off. Afterwards, the older guy came up to me, fluent English. He went, "Excuse me, sir." And I went, "It's okay, I'm not, sir. Not yet." And he went, "Excuse me, sir." And I went, "Okay, what's up?" And he went, "That young man was only joking." I said, "Well, not around here, he doesn't." And he went, "Okay." And I went, "Thank you very much, sir." And he went, "Yeah, you're welcome, sir." And I went, "No problem, sir." And he went, "Free, yeah, sir." And he went, and I went, and then he went, "Masalama." And I went, "Masalama." And then I walked away. An hour later, I get told that he was actually the village chief of Unkazar. He was the actual main head, the head honcho of fucking Unkazar. And I just got, shit. Because the thing is, the problem was at that time, anyone working for the Allied forces would be a target for the militia. And basically they had a choice: you go and steal anything you can, and unfortunately, these people were getting caught with laptops down their trousers. They were getting caught with, they're walking around looking like the Michelin Man. And when you stripped them off, they were wearing like 3-4 pairs of combat trousers and combat shirts. And, we all know what they were planning, but, yeah, it's one of those things, but you know what I mean. I miss it. No, I miss that what do you call it? I miss that adrenaline. Did I ever tell you about that guy who served in Vietnam? Told me, he said that he got told a story once about the bullet with your name on it.
Mm.
And he said, this guy said to me, he says, "Hey, it's not the bullet with your name on it you need to be concerned of." And the guy went, "Oh, yeah, what's that?" He said, it's the one where it says, "To whom it may concern." Hey, I've just called a bullet. What does it say? Dear reader. Oh, God. And there's another thing. All these Second World War and all these artillery and Air Force, why the fuck do they write messages on artillery rounds and bombs when what are you going to do? Stop it in midair, read it, and then go, "Oh, right, okay, dankeschön."
Bye, fly.
No, I don't know. Uh-oh, someone's being given instructions.
Who do I think will be wave 2 on the list? Well, Tori. Probably stupid Dave.
Say who? What? Wait, what? Do you know, Paul, should I be honest with you? I really don't care who's going to be on any list. Do you know why? Oh, is that Camp Bastion?
Yep, this is Bastion. This was Leatherneck. This
How
was
the hell did I
Shorebot.
recognize that? How the hell did I recognize that instantly? As soon as I saw that, I went, "That's Camp Bastion."
And what's funny is, so I lived, that's Shorebach. This up here was the CP where I lived. In fact, that was the chow hall right there, or where I worked. I worked right up here.
Where's
And
the boardwalk? Where's the
what's that?
boardwalk?
This was where we lived, or actually it would have been here. So my can would have been right here where I lived.
Right, find the boardwalk. Find the square mile there. Find that broad walk. It was over. Is it that one?
So this was Bastion, but then they took this middle piece, and that's became the new CP before I left, or it was happening before I left.
Yeah, where's the square? It was a bit close to the right there, wasn't it? Up there, somewhere. There you go.
This was Bastion.
Yeah, and there's a broad walk. The broad walk. It was like where you can get burgers and pizza and shit like that.
Oh, that was over here, like in this area.
Yeah, it's right there. There it is. There, above those. Above no, up. There,
Right.
that's it. No, up there. Zoom
Up
in
here?
a little bit if you can. Why don't I recognize it from Airview? Where the fuck do they? It's massive. How could have? Where the fuck? I can't get my
They
bearings.
did change stuff. They did change stuff because, like, this here was not there when I was there. You had to cross in. It was either here or here. It was down further south, and then I had to come up north to come to the green bean and all that stuff, which I think was over here.
Yeah.
And see, down here was where the Danes were, down over here.
Yeah, where was the shit ponds? Where were the shit ponds? They were on the they
those-
were down at the left, weren't they?
They were over here when I was there,
Yeah.
but as you can see, Shorebach, like right there, that's the football field. But they were all over here when I was there, and it looks like they had moved them all out for other stuff.
God, that place stank. Fucking hell.
So that
You could literally
picture I
chew it.
took- that picture I took of me at the shit platters, that was right over here in this area. And yeah, we had the airfield up here, and then up here, this was the ASP, the ammo supply.
Yeah, fucking Camp Bastion was huge. I can't believe I recognized that as soon as I fucking looked up and saw it. You can't forget that shit, can you?
Oh no! See, right here used to be the exit point for the base was down here, but we were even planning on changing that. So I don't know where they moved it to.
Wasn't that the place where they got attacked? Wasn't that the place where
They got attacked over here at the airfield.
was it the airfield then? Because
Yep.
I know that they got attacked at one junction. I don't know if it was that one down there or at the airfield, but I do know that there was I think about half a dozen of them, and they all got wiped out as well.
When I was here, we had Shorebach here, and then out here we called it the soak lot, where all those vehicles would come off of the highway here. They would have to come and sit out here, and that was how we made sure, they'd sit there for like 3-4 days, and we wouldn't let anything in. And that's how we knew, if they had IEDs, those guys were going to be sitting next to live stuff for several days. But this side of base and all of this side of the base were all ranges, so we knew if we were going to get attacked, it was going to be from this way. They were going to come at the airfield because there was too much busyness going on up here, and they'd be attacking their own forces. And then these were all ranges. And I mean, those ranges went hot.
All the time.
And the only time I got to do any type of convoys, I came down here to the patrol base, which was down in here somewhere.
That's a green belt, isn't it?
Marja. Yeah, it was down in here. But yeah, it was our patrol base down this way.
What's that wadi there?
This wadi?
Yeah, that wadi going up there. That one there. What's it called?
Aga Bazaar.
Because I know that there was a PB or a fob near Wadi down there.
Oh yeah, that Boldak. PB Boldak. That fell under us.
Yeah, but what? Because I know there was a Wadi coming right off it. Because didn't they use the Wadi to travel through?
Oh yeah, yep. I'm trying to see if we can, Because I mean, it wasn't that far. We're talking, it was 8 clicks.
If that, but it took all fucking day though.
But yeah, the what was that?
Yeah, Shirley, I'm more of a wolf than a lion, but I get called a lion by my pretty. So
There was also a place down here that they nicknamed the Star Wars Village.
yeah, because it looked like the place in Tunisia, didn't it?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
There was actually, I don't know who it was, but there was a guy from the U.S. Army who brought over his fucking sand trooper armor, Star Wars armor, and actually wore it. And I don't know if this is true or not, but apparently the Talib fucking saw it, and it went quiet for about 3 days because they didn't know what the fuck it was. Because he stood on one of the sangers with a proper fucking weapon, and yeah. So I'm not sure if it's true or not, but there have been pictures circulated where people have like turned up with stormtrooper armor and helmets and Has that by oh no, I'm not, no. I wasn't being no. I was just saying that sometimes I get called the lion by certain people.
Or grandpa.
Fuck off, short ass. Wait, midget, what's the weather like down there? It's better than out there. Yeah.
I made a post because apparently Lisa said that she was a mole all along.
Bless
Who
her
is?
heart. She wishes.
They're saying that Shara was, but it's like, no. Michelle Michelle is who she calls it. Lynette brought Shara into the case.
Mm-hmm.
Can you imagine how many people, if they actually had any decency in any ethical part of their body, and actually went, you know what? I've got text messages, I've got screenshots of this. Here you go, have some of that. Because one thing people seem to forget: if you take a screenshot of a post and someone deletes it, right? There's going to be information on there, and people seem to forget that everything that you put on the internet is archived under Google, and Google have an archive system. So if you put it in there and you click on the archived, because you sometimes will see it, you'll see the word archive. You click on that, and it will show you everything that has been deleted because it's all archived, it's all copied. Spawn, or species of English. That's what she said. Why is everyone picking on me today? Spawny, Master Spawn, Lion, Spawn, species of English, Spawn, papa. Right, but I can't stay on long because I need to do some stuff for my. Yeah. So I have to love you and leave you. What's just happened here? Why am I suddenly on my own here?
She took me off. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, she took me off.
All right. Okay.
She was like, no one wants to see Mike.
Oh, it'd be so funny if the little one is actually pressing all the buttons right now. Rawr, rawr, ruff, 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 ruff.
Question for you.
Answer for you.
Did you ever do any scuba stuff?
Yeah. What you mean, scuba like in aqua, like underwater breathing and all that good shit?
No, like actually doing like like scuba where you actually have like a air tank.
Yes.
Okay. I it's wasn't really an option for me, but I've had everybody beg me to do it like in my free time, like go take the PADI courses and stuff.
Yeah, do the PADI course. When you've done your when you do your training and everything, obviously you'll get used to the regulators and all that shit, right? And then once you've done your tests or your open water tests, right, then you can sort of like venture into emergency oxygen. You can do like mixed air and stuff like that. I just done the open water and the emergency oxygen.
I haven't done it because I know I couldn't keep up with my hours on it. My best friend really wants me to do it because he wants me to like take what I'll say, take a trip with him where we do scuba because he's a doctor of biology. He's really into amphibious stuff, and yeah.
I mean, once you've got your license, you've got your license. I mean, at the end of the day, you can still dive, but the thing is, you need to make sure that like before you do go dive, go and get yourself a medical. Just refresh yourself on how much air in your tank, how deep you can go, what you need to do when you come back up. If you go below 8 meters or further than 8 meters, you need to do your holding pattern for 3 minutes. So when you're coming back up, right? So then that means you have to calculate how much air you got in your tank, how long can you stay underwater at what depth, because you have to calculate you have to calculate how long you can stay underwater and how many times you have to take breaks on when you come back up, because you can't come straight back up if you go below 8 meters.
Mm-hmm.
So you need to, and the thing is, I mean, I've had mine for a few years and I haven't been down for a while. So if I go back in the water, as long as I calculate everything, as long as I refresh myself.
I might do it. They have a group on base who actually does it. So you can go into the training tank and get, your training and everything. Like tomorrow I've got a meeting with another Middle Eastern company. And if we end up doing the type of business that I think we're going to, I'll have to travel out there. And if I travel out there, like the Persian Gulf is so clear, like it's beautiful water. There I might consider it. And I've got a friend of mine still in Dubai who he's a big scuba guy. So I might do it then.
Just remember one thing is that like if you do go dive, make sure you get your PADI license before you go, because the thing is like each country have different rules and different laws. Even though if you got your open water PADI certificate or your license, you still got different rules. Like what depth you can go to, because everyone's got different levels. So if you had a chest infection or you got sinus infection, you if you go down 2 meters, 3 meters, and the next you don't what's the fucking word for it? Pressurize, equalize,
Mm-hmm.
right? By pinching your nose, equalizing, going down, equalizing. As soon as you get pain, you need to stop, and then you need to think about going back up, because you can cause damage, irreparable damage. So you need to, I don't use a regulator anymore. I use if I go scuba dive now, I use a full face mask. It's more comfortable. Plus, I've got more freedom of movement, and also like my dive watch, which I need to check, by the way. Yeah, I love being underwater. It's very calming, especially for people with severe PTSD. That's probably one of the best things you can do, because it's like being in the womb. And plus, you don't have people going, yeah, 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 yeah.
I will get off of here.
Yeah, I'm going to do the same, because I've got a couple of things to do. What I will say though, I do apologize for earlier on, but I don't, if that makes sense. That sounds
I don't see nothing wrong with what you did. So it is what it is.
Yeah, I just don't want people to take me the wrong way. But anyway, thanks very much for having me.
Of course.
And,
Yeah, thank you.
Guys, remember, thumbs up. Show Georgie support. Give it a thumbs up. All right, and make sure you spread the word. Get this young lady up to 500. Let's do it. Let's do it. Wait, why am I unsubscribed from you?
I don't know. YouTube's been on some BS here lately. I had to go resubscribe to you.
I better go and check everyone I'm subscribed to. Wait, what?
The other day I had to go back through and resubscribe to almost everybody. I blame my kids for it. Thought they got into my stuff.
I try not to be right all the time, Linda. And Gail, yeah, people always take me the wrong way. It's like I'm like an enema. They don't know how to use it.
Palmer's, I am live, darling. You're on my channel.
Yeah.
I think we're throwing everybody off because we're usually either on Spawn's or Mike's channels.
Do you know, I like for the fact there's always one person who gives me thumbs down. Every time. I love you. I really do. I love you because I know that you care.
Thank you, Johnny. I appreciate every one of y'all. Especially my boys here on the panel with me.
What do you mean, boys? I'm a fucking man.
At least I'm not calling you an old man right now.
Listen. Wait a minute. Who am I talking? Wait, let me get the microscope. Ah, there you are. Hi.
Fuck you.
I've got you now. I can see you. I've got a microscope on. I can see you now.
Well, I'm going to hop out here, guys.
All right, then,
All right,
Mike.
bye, Mikey.
Later.
See you later, bud. And I'm going to make a move as well, so you know how it goes. Love you.
All right, everybody, head over to Megan Fox's stream. She's getting ready to do part 3 of her reading, even though the majority of you have already heard all of it. You're one of the boys, aren't you, Tim? Yeah, or I'm co-streaming with Coop. I'm so thankful for Coop. Me and him have been one heck of a team these past 2 weeks. I think we make good co-hosts. Palmer's. I know. I haven't been on by myself in a while, so I kind of threw everybody off. Love you guys. See y'all in Megan's chat. And then I will see you on What the Hells tonight. Yes, yes. Love you guys. Wait, hold on. It's not over yet. Let's go out with a song. How about that? Let me. Come on. Hang on, bug. Do 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 do. I want to say thank you to everyone for subscribing today, all my new subscribers. I want to say thank you for, yes, the Jeremy song, hitting that thumbs up. And I'm going to leave y'all on this song. Love y'all.
Too smutting, feeling like king of the block. Acting untouchable, didn't know the shot. Deposition, they drop like a rock. Jeremy said from the dock. Lawyer scowling, no defense in sight. Jeremy smiling, got the truth there tight. Fans cheering, whirlwind of delight. Go stay humble, got nothing left to fight. Yeah, go Jeremy with the mighty roar team. What the hell's this victory we adore? Sipping on great Kool-Aid, let's pour some more. Deuces rain is done, time to close that door. Deuces bravado shattered on the ground. Thought he was royal, now look who's crowned. Jeremy's like dynamite, left no sound. Big talks over real truth unbound. Fans in a frenzy chanting names so loud. What the hell, squad proud and unbowed. Great Kool-Aid cups raised high in the crowd. Deuce bow out, no longer allowed. Yeah, go Jeremy with the mighty roar team. What the hell's this victory we adore? Sipping on great Kool-Aid, let's pour some more. Deuces rain is done, time to close that sipping on great Kool-Aid, let's pour some more. Deuces rain is done, time to close that door. Deuces bravado shattered on the ground. Thought he was royal, now look who's crowned. Jeremy's like dynamite, left no sound. Big talks over real truth unbound. Fans in a frenzy, chanting names so loud. What the hell, squad proud and unbowed. Great cool. Yeah, go Jeremy with the mighty roar team. What the hell's this victory